Recently, I read an article titled The Invisible War on the Brain by Caroline Alexander. It was published in the February 2015 edition of the National Geographic. I really connected with this article as my brother was an infantry scout in the Army and did a tour in Iraq. As many of our servicemen and women, my brother suffers from physical pain and post-traumatic stress disorder. As of recently, he was told that there is a possibility that he may suffer from traumatic brain injury, also known as TBI. This was more than likely caused by exposure to IUDs and other explosives. Alexander stated that between 2001 and 2014, over 230,000 soldiers and veterans were identified as suffering from so-called mild traumatic brain injury, mostly as a result of exposure to blast events. In the past, TBI was referred to as shell shock or Gulf War syndrome. Symptoms of TBI include headache, seizures, motor disorders, sleep disorders, dizziness, visual disturbances, ringing in the ears, mood changes, and cognitive, memory, and speech difficulties. TBI increases the vulnerability to psychological disorders, which may be a contributing factor to the high suicide rate among our soldiers and veterans. Currently, TBI cannot be diagnosed till one is deceased and an autopsy is performed. Families of deceased veterans have donated the brains of loved ones to further study TBI and the exact causes. As an alternative form of treatment for TBI and PTSD, veterans and soldiers are asked to create masks that communicate their hidden feelings. Upon completion of these masks, art therapists notice repetitive themes: death, which is often represented as a skull, inability to express themselves, which included illustrations of being gagged, mouth-stitched, or locked up, physical pain, which was represented as facial wounds, and lastly, patriotic feelings that were expressed as the United States flag. My brother and I do not talk about what happened over there, mostly because I'm afraid of what I would hear. I mentioned to him that I was creating this blog, and I hope it can help me understand him better, and there will be a dialogue that will help us grow closer and help him heal.